Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's session, How to Identify Your Time Thieves. I'm Kristin Odonovan, a multinational productivity coach, author, and founder of Top Results Coaching. I'm so excited to share some great value with you today. See, I'm from South Africa. I live in Europe at the moment, and I enjoy working with my clients from all over the world. Technology has enabled us to communicate and work from anywhere. But even though we're all in different parts, we do all share the same challenge of managing our time more effectively to do what we want in life. And that's why I'm here today. I've been helping mothers from all over the world to free up time, to get more organized, and create more of the life they want. I hope to do the same for you. I've worked with mothers in similar situations, wanting to study and further their education, but just not finding the time to do it. And so today, we're going to start with the first step, which is identifying your time thieves. So let's go. I want you to imagine having more time to do what you want in life. I know it's not easy, especially when you want to juggle and have to juggle so many things in life. Never mind wearing so many hats. I mean, you're an employee, you're a colleague, you're a sister, you're a daughter, you're a mother, you're a wife, right? You're a partner to your spouse, all of the above in one day. So I get it. I know that it's really hard to imagine having more time in your life when you're already filled up with so many things going on. But what if you did have more time? What would that be like? See, it's easy to get overwhelmed with everything going on. But when we're in this place, it's really, really hard to take the right action. And so if you're in the place where you're feeling really, really overwhelmed, I'll invite you to start by doing two things. And the first thing is to start taking more consistent action in managing your time more effectively, right? So you can learn how to manage this feeling of overwhelmment, but manage your time more effectively so you're not so overwhelmed on a continuous basis. And second, to motivate yourself, to improve things, motivate yourself to find more time to do the things that you love. You see, when we're not feeling motivated, it's really, really hard to take action. And when we're feeling overwhelmed, it's even harder to take action. But if we can start to motivate ourselves a little bit more every single day, as well as taking some small steps to improve our time, it's going to make a huge world of a difference to our lives. So, and they go hand in hand. I mean, if you're feeling motivated but you're not taking any action to change things, you're not going to see different results. And vice versa. If you're taking a lot of action but you're not feeling motivated, it's going to be hard to follow through on that. Motivation is like bathing as well. It's something you got to do every single day, right? It's not something you do once off and you stay motivated forever. So I really invite you to have a look at those two things. And most of all, I want you to imagine studying towards a career and even doing that without sacrificing your commitments to the people you love the most and yourself. And that's where we're going to start. Yeah, I know that even though you might have a voice screaming in your head saying, this is impossible, I don't know how this is going to happen, but it's that voice, that specific voice that keeps telling you it's impossible, that you don't want to listen to anymore. You see, we have two voices, a stronger and a weaker one. Whichever voice you keep listening to becomes louder. So right now you want to start listening to that stronger voice, the one that supports you in following your dreams. So let's start to identify our time thieves. The first thing I said is we need to get motivated, right? We want to get motivated into taking some more action. So let's look at how is it going to change your life. I want you to start to consider some questions. If you put aside time to study, how is it going to change your life? What will you be able to achieve more of in life that you're not going to if you don't study? What would it mean for you? What will it mean for your family? How is this going to create opportunities for yourself, for your family, and for your future? And what are those opportunities further going to be able to create in your life? So when you start to go down a path of investing in yourself, you're investing in so many more things. And so really, really connect the dot, really get motivated, get so motivated as to why doing this is going to change your life immensely and those around you. And then that's also going to it's going to help you to start to free up more time because you're going to be so motivated to find the time that you're going to see time where you never saw it before. See, the good news is that even though it may not seem possible at all to have time for yourself and to study, there are a lot of ways. And that begins by identifying your time thieves, which we're going to do, and also getting clear on what it is you're doing that's stealing your time. See, because you might think it's only you, but people might be stealing your time, your boss, your colleagues, your family, your friends. There are a lot of ways that your time might be taken up that you don't even realize. And everything begins with awareness, right? If you don't know what you need to change, how can you change it? So that's really, really important as well. Um, you need to be really, really clear on what's not working, and then get clear on how you need to change what's not working in order to make it work for you again. So the first thing that we need to understand as well is with time management, we all have different time thieves, like we said, but time management is not a cookie cutter. It's not a one size fits all approach. So when you're embarking on this journey, you need to really take the tools and tips given it to you, but also be a bit creative in applying them to yourself personally. The next thing I really want you to take on is that we have to understand we all have 24 hours in a day. Most of the time, it does feel like we're lacking time, but it's also skills that we're lacking. And once you're able to manage our skills and our time more effectively, we'll find that it wasn't time that we're lacking so much, but actually the way that we're managing the time. And also, that goes along with taking responsibility over what you decide to do each day, what you prioritize in life, and how much you achieve. So, telling yourself you don't have enough time to do everything, it's really a reactive way to respond. And you really want to be more proactive with your time and take responsibility and say, okay, I know it feels like I don't have more time, and that's very realistic, but what can I do to find more time? Coming from that approach is going to serve you much, much better, and it's going to also lessen that feeling of overwhelmment by taking on more responsibility over your results and with your time. So let's jump straight into it, all right? I want you to take out a piece of paper, and we need to first understand what you do all day. So taking out a piece of paper and start to create a rough schedule for the week of what you've been doing, so you can really get clear on how you've been spending your time. So as you can see, I've included an example where you've listed every single day, and then you've listed the different times of what you've been doing every single day with your time. Maybe you're not so clear on exactly how long your morning takes, your morning routine. You're getting up, how long does it take to shower, get dressed, pack the lunch for the day, prepare the kids, go to work. What are you doing when you're at work? How much time are you spending commuting every single day? You really want to be detailed with everything. And so getting a time log is a good idea because we don't normally know what we do with our day. And so once we're able to do this, gives us such valuable information you can't imagine. It's one of the best exercises because it really points out our blind spots and allows us to have some solid evidence of what we're doing. And from this evidence, we can make much more strategic decisions. We're also able to see, for example, where we're completely underestimating how long things take. And then this is where, we think something takes an hour and every day it's taken an hour and a half, and that's half an hour every single day, which, is almost 2.5 hours a week, which is a lot. So that's really, really clear. Another thing as well is, you're not going to start, for example, to embark on a whole new diet plan and exercise plan without even weighing yourself first and understanding how your current nutrition is influencing your weight, right? So how can you take action on trying to free up more time when you're not even sure how you're using your time? And this is really, really key. So you don't want to skip over this because you don't want to start making decisions based on false evidence. So I invite you to spend, a week or maybe 2, 3 days, depending on how structured or unstructured your time is, and really getting clear on where your time is going, writing it down. I'm spending this time, traveling to work, this time making phone calls, this time just doing admin. So get that in there. Once you've got that, that's the first step. The next thing you need to do is to then analyze your, well, let's say the information you've gathered, right? And you want to collect it and kind of come to a conclusion. So, take out a piece of paper again and write down some of the comments you're noting, and then also actions that you want to take to fix that. So some of the questions you want to start asking yourself are, what are you spending your time on, right? what other things are really, really important and what aren't. You can also highlight them in certain colors. So all the things in pink are the things that are really important, and highlight in red the things that aren't important, and see how many reds you've got. Start to differentiate between the priorities. Where are you wasting time? Completely, where do you see gaps of time completely wasted and thrown down the drain? What are other people doing that are necessarily taking up your time? So what have you committed to doing that is not really benefiting or serving you, but you've done it because, let's say, you wanted to be peace with that person, or you're maybe a bit of a people pleaser. These are all areas that of time, your own time, that's been taken away. So you want to get clear on that. And what surprises do you notice from studying your time? So just basically doing a bit of a summary and going, okay, well, this is my time. What do I think about how I'm currently using my time? And then start by exploring that more. What do you procrastinate with? For example, procrastination is a huge time thief. If you keep planning for a task, setting time aside, and when it comes to it, you're not taking any action on it and you put it off for another time, you're wasting time and energy. How often do you plan and prioritize the work you have to do, right? If you're not planning and prioritizing, you're wasting huge time, because then you're making decisions based on emotions and how you feel in the moment, and that is always a time thief. Ask other people who are close to you, how do they think you're wasting time? Sometimes we have our huge blind spots. And if you ask somebody who's very close, hey, could you just point something out? I'm not going to get angry, but do you see me doing anything that's a complete waste of time or really ineffective? If you feel comfortable doing that, I invite you to explore every single way that you might not see of how you might be using and wasting time. How assertive are you as well? That's really, really big. Again, if you're saying yes consistently, or you're not saying no to things because you don't want to upset anybody, you're going to be committing to things, taking up time, and it's not going to be of value to you. And what tools are you not taking advantage of? There are so many tools and apps out there. Tools that are going to help you with shopping, how to plan, how to help you to estimate your time better, how to help you to stay focused when you're doing things. So there's a lot of tools there, a lot of resources that can help you. And if you don't know about it, perhaps you're not, obviously taking advantage of it. And there could be some ways that you're not using your time as effectively over there. So the whole idea here is one, the first step is to identify your time thieves. So before we look at what else can we do to manage our time more effectively, we need to look at what are we doing that's wasting our time. And that is by one, getting clear with a time log on where your time is going, and then analyzing that and saying, okay, looking at my time, realistically, where are my time thieves, and why? Why is this happening? All right. So, and I've just put at the end again, just to be a bit more assertive, because we don't realize throughout the day that everything, the commitments we're making, etc., most of the time it's based on emotions. A lot of our time has to do with emotions. So I just wanted to really reiterate that at the end there, that being more assertive is a huge time thief. Saying no to our kids more often as well. Asking people to help us more to free up time. If you're looking at your log and you see you're doing almost everything yourself as well, is it a problem of assertivity that is a time thief for you? So again, really want to invite you to take on this challenge. It's going to take about 15 minutes, maybe just analyzing it, and, maybe in the 1 week, a few minutes a day, jotting it down, but it's really going to bring you back hours of your time, and give you a really good foundation of where to work off. So I wanted to thank you so much for your time here today. If you've got any comments or any recommendations, please write them in the comments box below. It will be great to hear from you. Also, if you'd like to contact me, please don't hesitate to contact me directly via my website, Kristin Odonovan, at www.topresultscoaching.com. And if you're ready to talk to a consultant at Get Course about studying options, you can contact them on 1300-779080, or enroll online directly at www.getcourse.com.au. For the next one, thanks so much for your time and to your success.